Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for your very welcome comments, which always open our eyes to facts and figures which we have overlooked.
Here's a little background to today's 2-minute tips. In December 2010, we were thrilled to secure tickets for The Land of Smiles, Das Land des Lächelns by Franz Lehár, for a performance in January in Vienna.
Some of you may remember the foot of snow that fell that January, turning Oxford into a skating rink. For us, it meant digging out the car and skidding all the way down the driveway and to the airport. Were there flights or were there not? Well, we did make it. However, the return journey was equally hazardous, and it meant staying an extra night in Vienna. What's not to like?
You get the drift, if you'll excuse the pun. It was well worth the effort. Franz Lehár was born in Komárom in the northern part of Hungary, now Komárno in Slovakia, the son of a bandmaster.
We celebrate Lehár's birthday today, the 30th of April, and he was born in 1870. Lehár studied the violin at the Prague Conservatoire, but was advised by the composer Antonín Dvořák to study composition.
However, it was against the rules to study 2 disciplines, and his father and his violin teacher pressed him against his will to continue with the violin, arguing that he could study composition on his own later.
Apart from a few clandestine lessons with Zdeněk Fibiš, Lehár was largely a self-taught composer.
He also spent some years in the Austro-Hungarian Army and Navy. In 1902, he became conductor at the historic Theater an der Wien, where his operetta Wiener Frauen was performed in November of that year.
The success of operettas like The Merry Widow, Lustige Witwe, Das Land des Lächelns and Juditha made him a superstar, but he also wrote sonatas, symphonic poems and marches.
He also composed a number of waltzes, some of which are drawn from his operettas. The most popular of these is Gold und Silber, composed for Princess Pauline von Metternich's Gold and Silver Ball, January 1902.
The celebrated tenor Richard Tauber sang in many of Lehár's works, beginning with the revival of the 1910 Zigeunerliebe, and this took place in 1920, and Frasquita in 1922.
Lehár even made a brief appearance in the 1930 film of The Land of Smiles, starring Tauber. Between 1925 and 1934, he wrote 6 operettas for Tauber's voice.
As every artist knows, record companies and publishing houses are not there to line the pockets of artists. It was exactly the same in Lehár's day.
By 1935, he had decided to self-publish. His company was called Glockenverlag, the publishing house of the bells. This enabled him to maximize personal control over the performance rights to his works.
Lehár's relationship with the Third Reich was uneasy. His wife Sophia had converted to Catholicism when they married, but her Jewish heritage was enough to generate hostility towards the couple and also towards Lehár's works.
In 1938, Lehár's wife was given the status of honorary Aryan by marriage. In spite of this, attempts were made at least once to have her deported.
Hitler was a big fan of Lehár's music and was well aware of the power of this music for the use as propaganda. Concerts of Lehár's music were put on in occupied Paris in 1941.
Lehár tried to use his influence to save various people from the regime. One of his librettists, Fritz Lerner-Beder, and also Louis Treumann, the first Danilo in The Merry Widow. But sadly, his attempts were in vain.
Apart from becoming a superstar, Lehár was given many awards. In 1940, he became an honorary citizen of Sopron in Hungary. That same year, Hitler awarded him the Goethe-Medaille für Kunst und Wissenschaft.
He died aged 78 in 1948 in Bad Ischl near Salzburg and was buried there.
Well, we were spoilt for choice for a track of music for you to listen to, and we have chosen this duet from The Merry Widow, and you may know it. This is Lehár at his very best, and it's a little something to help that glass of Prosecco slip down very nicely. Enjoy.